Welcome to our exploration of one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations, China. From its ancient dynasties to its modern transformation, the story of China is one of power, perseverance, and profound cultural achievement. In this documentary, we'll journey through the pivotal moments that have shaped the course of Chinese history, from its earliest beginnings to the modern era. Our story begins over 5,000 years ago, when the earliest known Chinese civilization emerged along the Yellow River in northern China. Archaeological evidence points to the existence of the Xia Dynasty around 2070 BCE, though much about its history remains shrouded in mystery. The Xia is traditionally considered the first dynasty in China, though some scholars debate its historical accuracy. However, what is certain is that by the time of the Shang dynasty, which followed the Xia, China had developed its first significant advancements in writing, politics, and technology. The Shang dynasty, around 1600 to 1046 BCE, is famous for its oracle bones, inscribed with the earliest known form of Chinese writing. This writing system, which evolved into the characters used today, laid the foundation for Chinese culture. The Shang also made advances in metallurgy, particularly bronze, which they used for ritual objects, weapons, and tools. Part 2: The Zhou Dynasty and the Age of Philosophers. By 1046 BCE, the Zhou dynasty took control, ushering in a period that would dramatically influence Chinese philosophy and governance. The Zhou, who ruled for nearly 800 years, introduced the concept of the mandate of heaven, a divine right to rule that became central to Chinese political thought. The early Zhou period is often remembered for relative peace and prosperity, but over time, the empire began to fragment. The later years of the Zhou were marked by turmoil, and this chaotic period gave rise to some of the most influential philosophical schools in Chinese history. Confucius, born in 551 BCE, sought to restore order through the cultivation of virtue and respect for tradition. His teachings on ethics, morality, and governance became the foundation of Chinese society for millennia. Around the same time, Laozi, the founder of Taoism, advocated for simplicity and living in harmony with the Tao, the natural way of the universe. Both Confucianism and Taoism continue to shape Chinese culture and philosophy today, highlighting the intellectual and spiritual richness of China's early dynastic periods. Part 3: The Qin Dynasty and the First Emperor. The Zhou dynasty's power waned in the 3rd century BCE, leading to a period of fragmentation known as the Warring States period. Amidst the chaos, one state emerged victorious: Qin. The Qin dynasty, lasting from 221 to 206 BCE, is known for its unification of China under a single ruler, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. His reign is remembered for monumental achievements and brutal policies. He standardized weights, measures, currency, and even the written script, forging a sense of unity across the vast lands of China. Yet Qin Shi Huang is equally remembered for his authoritarian rule. He burned books, persecuted scholars, and employed harsh methods to maintain control. His greatest legacy, however, was the construction of the Great Wall of China, intended to protect the empire from northern invaders. Despite Qin Shi Huang's death in 210 BCE and the fall of the Qin dynasty shortly afterward, his efforts to centralize and unify China laid the groundwork for future imperial rule. Part 4: The Han Dynasty and the Golden Age. Following the collapse of the Qin, the Han Dynasty, 206 BCE, 220 CE, emerged as one of China's most prosperous and influential periods. The Han Dynasty saw a golden age of culture, politics, and economics. Under Emperor Wu, the Han expanded China's territory, bringing parts of Central Asia, Korea, and Vietnam under Chinese influence. The Silk Road, the ancient trade route connecting China with the Mediterranean, flourished during the Han period, allowing Chinese goods such as silk, tea, and porcelain to be traded across Asia and into Europe. Internally, the Han Dynasty is remembered for its efforts to centralize governance, develop a civil service system, and promote Confucian ideals. It is also known for advancements in technology and innovation, such as the invention of paper, the seismograph, and the crossbow. The Han Dynasty set the standard for future Chinese empires, and its legacy is still felt in China today. Part 5. The Tang and Song Dynasties. Cultural and technological flourishing fast forward several centuries, and we arrive at the Tang, 618 to 907 CE, and Song, 960 to 1279 CE, dynasties, two golden ages of culture and technological advancement. The Tang dynasty is considered one of the most cosmopolitan periods in Chinese history. Under the Tang emperors, China flourished in the arts, literature, and international diplomacy. The capital, Chang'an, became a melting pot of cultures and ideas from across Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. The Song dynasty, following the Tang, is credited with a technological revolution. The Chinese developed gunpowder, the magnetic compass, and printing technologies, which had a profound impact on global history. The Song also saw the rise of Chinese landscape painting, poetry, and a flourishing of Confucian scholarship. Part 6. The Yuan Dynasty and the Mongol Invasion. The Yuan Dynasty, 1271 to 1368 CE, marks a dramatic shift in China's history as the Mongols, under the leadership of Kublai Khan, conquered China. For the first time in Chinese history, a foreign power ruled the entire country. While the Mongols brought destruction, they also fostered cultural exchange, connecting China to Europe and the Islamic world. The famous Venetian traveler Marco Polo visited China during the Yuan period and wrote extensively about the empire's wealth, culture, and innovations. However, the Mongol rule was short-lived. The Yuan dynasty fell due to widespread unrest, economic struggles, and internal rebellions, giving way to the rise of the Ming dynasty. Part 7. The Ming Dynasty and the Age of Exploration. The Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 CE, is often considered one of China's most glorious periods. Under the Ming, China saw a resurgence of traditional Chinese culture and an expansion of its borders. The Great Wall was further strengthened, and the imperial capital was moved to Beijing. The Ming Dynasty is also famous for its maritime explorations under the Admiral Zheng He. Zheng He's voyages, which took him to Southeast Asia, India, Africa, and beyond, symbolized China's dominance and ability to project its power across the seas. Yet, despite its successes, the Ming Dynasty began to decline due to corruption, economic challenges, and internal strife, eventually giving way to the Qing Dynasty. Part 8. The Qing Dynasty and the Fall of Imperial China. The Qing Dynasty, 1644 to 1912 CE, the last imperial dynasty of China, was founded by the Manchu people from the northeast. The Qing rulers expanded China's borders to their greatest extent, incorporating Taiwan, Tibet, and parts of Central Asia. However, by the 19th century, the Qing dynasty faced immense challenges. Internal rebellions, such as the Taiping and Boxer rebellions, weakened the empire. Western powers, seeking trade rights, imposed unequal treaties, and Japan began to emerge as a regional power. The Qing dynasty finally collapsed in 1912, leading to the formation of the Republic of China. Part 9. The Modern Era. In the 20th century, China underwent monumental changes. The fall of the Qing dynasty led to the Republic of China, which struggled with internal divisions, warlordism, and invasion. After a period of civil war, the Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, emerged victorious in 1949, establishing the People's Republic of China. Mao's rule was marked by radical social and economic reforms, such as the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, both of which caused immense suffering and hardship for millions of Chinese people. Since the late 20th century, China has undergone rapid economic growth and modernization. Today, China is a global superpower with a complex and rich history that continues to shape the world. From its ancient dynasties to the present day, China's history is a testament to resilience, innovation, and transformation. It is a civilization that has weathered invasions, dynastic changes, and revolutions, yet continues to stand as one of the most influential countries on the planet. The story of China is far from over, and the world will continue to watch as this ancient civilization forges its path into the future.